Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm so glad you're here and you picked a great day to show up because today we're talking about Juneteenth. And before you click away thinking, oh shit, this is gonna be a boring history lecture. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna learn some things, maybe drop a few facts that will make you look like the most interesting person at the cookout this weekend. So grab your plate, your red soda, your anything, and let's get into it. Okay, real talk. For the longest time, Juneteenth was one of those holidays that a lot of people just didn't know about. And that's not shade, that's just facts. It wasn't a federal holiday until 2021, actually. So let's do a quick rundown. You know the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Lincoln signed it on January 1st, 1863, declaring enslaved people Confederate states free. Big deal. Huge. Except, nobody told Texas. I mean, they knew, but the news traveled slow, and more importantly, there were still Union troops needed to actually enforce it. So enslaved people in Texas still being housed, still being forced to work for 2.5 more years. Then on June 19, 1865, where we get the name Juneteenth, Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, and General Gordon Granger read the order out loud. Slavery is over! Can you imagine that moment? Like, genuinely sit with that for a second. People had no idea freedom had been declared over 2 years prior. Suddenly hearing those words, this shit gave me goosebumps. But yeah, this is why the day matters and this is why we celebrate it. Let's talk about the name and the history of the holiday. So Juneteenth is an umbrella, a blend of June and 19th. Super simple, super cute, honestly a great name for a holiday. Now here's something people don't always know. Black Americans have been celebrating Juneteenth since 1866. This 1 year after the announcement of Galveston. Communities came together, held cookouts, sang songs, wore their best clothes. It was a whole vibe. Read scriptures. Texas made it an official state holiday back in 1980 actually. Shout out to Texas for that one, genuinely. And over the decades, more and more states recognized it. Then in 2021, President Biden signed it into federal law. That I will say, making it a holiday is one thing. Actually knowing what it means is another. Which is why videos like mine exist. So you're welcome. Alright, now to my favorite section. I call this one louder for the people in the back. Fact number 1. The first Juneteenth celebration outside of Texas happened when Black Texans migrated to other states and brought the tradition with them. Fact number 2. Red foods and drinks are a Juneteenth tradition. Red velvet cake, red Kool-Aid, strawberry soda, hibiscus tea. Some historians tie this back to West African traditions where red was associated with life and strength. So next time someone hands you a drink at the cookout, keep in mind that you are literally participating in a tradition that spans continents. Fact number 3. Juneteenth has its own flag. It's got a star in the middle representing Texas and horizon arc, to symbolize a new horizon and new beginnings. It comes in the colors red, white, and blue, a direct statement that Black Americans are part of this country's story. Fact number 4. Opally the Diva, known as the grandmother of Juneteenth. She spent decades fighting for federal recognition. She started a tradition of walking 2.5 miles on Juneteenth to symbolize the 2.5 years enslaved people waited for freedom. She was 89 years old when she got to witness Biden sign the federal holiday into law. 90! And she kept going. If that's not the most inspiring thing you've ever heard, I don't know what is. The core has always been community. You'll find gospel, jazz, and hip hop festivals. They be having live performances to celebrate Black musical legacy, like a whole concert experience. Food wise, Black cookout food in general. You know what I mean. The potato salad that someone's auntie made, and nobody else is allowed to touch that food. A lot of cities also hold readings, speeches, panels, learning while celebrating because the history is the celebration. Murals, vendors, Black owned businesses, artisans. Juneteenth has become a huge platform for showcasing Black creativity and entrepreneurship, and honestly it looks different depending on where you are. A Juneteenth in Houston is gonna hit different than that one in New York or Chicago or LA, but the heart of it, joy, community, remembrance, that's the same everywhere, definitely. If you've never been to a Juneteenth event, I genuinely encourage you to look one up in your city. Not that I've been in one, but yeah. You also don't have to be Black to attend and learn and celebrate. You just have to show up with respect and an open heart. Why does Juneteenth still matter? I want to take a second to be a little real with y'all because I think this part is very important. Juneteenth isn't just a historical footnote. It's a reminder that freedom delayed is not freedom. The law said one thing, reality said another, and it took boots on the ground literally, and Union soldiers showing up physically to actually make it real. And we can draw a lot of parallels to today. Rights on paper don't always mean rights in practice. Representation doesn't always mean equity. A holiday doesn't automatically mean understanding. But here's the thing I love about Juneteenth. It's not a day about mourning, it's a day of resilience and joy. The people who heard that news in Galveston in 1865 didn't just sit down and cry. Though they had every right to, they celebrated. They came together, they held on to each other. That spirit, it's still alive and it shows up every June 19th. Alright, that was my Juneteenth video. I hope you learned something, I hope you felt something, and I hope you go out and do something. Whether that's attending an event, or supporting a Black-owned business, or just having a really good plate of food this weekend. I'll link down below 2 or 3 Black-owned businesses that you can get your makeup products from, or hair products. And you can drop in the comments your favorite Black-owned business so that the community gets bigger. If this is your first time learning about it, what surprised you the most? I generally would love to read some comments about it so that we can brainstorm together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with somebody so that they can learn with you. Subscribe if you're new. I make videos like this all the time. I post makeup videos once a week. I'll see you in the next one. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Have fun. Bye.